This is a quick walk around video for a Honda CIVIC ES. This is a 2010 car with 57,000 miles on the clock, and this car comes with a full Honda service history. Lovely car, it's really gorgeous colour. Template car, as you can see, and this has got the facelift. So it's got the new style grille on the front, new wheels, new trims, new interior upgrades as well. But very nice. Front of the car hardly exhibits a mark anywhere. I can't see anything obvious. Bonnet is pretty much completely free of any stone chips. If I come down the near side of the car first, and it's absolutely mirror smooth in the panels there. Can't see any indentations, car parking dinks or anything. Alloy near side front, which is one that gets all the clobbering. It's got nothing at all, and it's got a lovely Bridgestone tyre on it as well. Carry on down the flanks. Panel work is really crisp and lovely and original as well. Near side rear alloy, absolutely unmarked, and again Bridgestone tyre on there. Come around the back of the vehicle, can't see any marks on the bumper corners. Entry of the boot is very clean. And around to the off side of the vehicle, might be a bit glary in the sun, so I do apologise. Offside again is very clean. Offside rear alloy, Bridgestone tyre again very clean and tidy. And then the remaining panel work. I mean, there will be the odd minuscule marks, so please do bear that in mind, but I'm trying to pick up on anything that's immediately obvious to the eye. And then offside front alloy, very good. The only one with even the tiniest bit of curbing on it, but I mean, it is minuscule. So externally, look at the car, it's in absolutely fantastic condition. Coming into the boot area now, again in superb condition, as is the rest of the interior of the car, which matches the exterior wonderfully. A huge boot, probably the biggest in its class. 60/40 fold on the rear seats there, and you've got this little sort of cubby hole area underneath there. You can drop that down as well to give you another sort of 7 or 8 inches of boot depth. Coming to the back of the car now, all the carpets are in beautiful condition. So it's been given really light life, this car. Here you can see the seats in their vertical position in the back, which forms part of this brilliant magic seat design that Honda did. Beautifully engineered, of course. Pull the lever up, drop it down, simple as that. With the seats down now, you can just see just how nice the condition of the rear seats are. Not always a given actually, they're beautifully made and beautifully built, out of good materials as well, but obviously they are family cars more often than not, so you can see the odd mark and a bit of damage there, but there's nothing on this at all. Passenger front door card looks pretty much as new. There's no marks, scratches, anything on there at all. Footwell areas again very clean and tidy, and the front passenger seat there again hardly been given any use at all. Coming to the front now, driver's door card as with the others, beautiful condition. All these sort of trims around here now made out of a much tougher plastic, or paint rather, much more scratch resistant than the earlier pure silvers. Driver's seat again, absolutely fantastic condition. In absolutely superb condition. Just panning there for you, 57,502 miles and no warning lights on this vehicle whatsoever. Right then, this is a quick road test, and this is for a Honda Civic 1.8 ES. This particular car is registered RE10OVR, and mileage at the start of the road test is 57,494 miles. Reason for doing the road test is essentially so prospective buyers of our cars actually get to see the very car in the advert in operation. That way we can give you feedback as to any issues there may be on the car, because it is a critical video to let you know of any problems there may be. We're very well aware that many of our customers come from not just the UK but over Europe as well, so people are willing to travel a long distance to come and see our cars, so the least we can do is do this for you. Just go through the car sort of kind of one by one really. Start with the engine. As you'll know from the advert, the car has a wonderful Honda service history attached to it, which I believe is quite important, you know, at least up to the point at least time you buy the car. And it shows in the car. It drives incredibly tightly. The engine starts absolutely instantly, as these cars generally always do. Settles to a completely smooth, even idle on the vehicle, and pulls beautifully through the entire rev range of the vehicle, of the rev range rather. There's no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the vehicle, so all in very fine order there. They are brilliant engines to use. Very smooth, quiet, flexible, keen to rev. You can just tootle about in them, or you can, you know, have fun in them. They really are an exquisite unit. They're also amazingly reliable and tough, far tougher than anything else in its class. So it's, you know, a very good long-term ownership proposition. Engine then feeds through clutch and into gearbox. Clutch is perfect, bite point's exactly where it should be, smooth, positive and quiet in actuation. Clutch then goes through into the Honda 6-speed gearbox, which is a brilliant gearbox. It's slick, it's positive, it's short in throw, it's accurate, precise, everything you want from a gearbox. They're also, again, just bulletproof, reliable, very tough, but they add to the driving pleasure of the car. They don't detract from it, as so many gearboxes tend to do. So powertrain of the vehicle, all in very fine order. Steering of the vehicle, tracks absolutely bullet straight. There's no vibrations coming back to the steering wheel at all at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit, and that's a bit of a pet hate of mine, so do check for that. But the steering exhibits absolutely no wear at all. There's no there's no play, there's no sort of free play in it at all. There's no sort of shimmies from it, but it's brilliantly done. It's very quick. Very accurate as well, so you can just point the car exactly where you want it to go, and it goes faithfully to wherever you want it to go. It doesn't sort of wander at all. Chassis of the vehicle, again, just, I mean, I love them. It's direct, its body control's really good, it's very keen to change direction. The corner's really flat, there's very little body roll in these cars. It's a lovely chassis. Only sort of really sharp bridges tend to catch them out, but nothing like what some of the magazines say. They're actually perfectly comfortable cars. It's, you know, say sharp bridges and potholes that catch out most cars. Will catch it out and be sort of shudder, but you know, it's a really good chassis. And what I'm looking for on these road tests is just any signs of any sort of chattering coming from underneath the car where it shouldn't be there, things like sort of suspension noises that shouldn't be there, and there's nothing on the car. It's silent over the bumps in that respect, at least anyway. Sorry, got someone in front travelling at unbelievably low speed. I'll do a U-turn in a second because we're pretty much at the halfway point. But yeah, in terms of sort of the chassis and the steering, all absolutely as it should be. The brakes on the car, I'll give them, I already have done, but I'll give them a shove on the video just to show you. But they're basically what I'm looking for again on the brake pedal is just that, you know, it pulls the car up without any sort of vibrations or shudders and straight. Worth pointing out that the last MOT, which was done by the Honda main dealer, which is always tough on a car, to be honest with you, the only thing they said, they advised front and rear brake pads, which the Honda dealer then fitted, so that they've been done. So there's no advisories in fact now at all, because they're all attended to, and the brake pedal is fantastically strong, so we'll just give it a shove. It's just lovely. It gives a solid paddle, as I said, down straight and true. Looking around inside the car, we haven't cleaned it yet, so that's where it's going to go once I finish this test drive. It's in lovely condition, you know, just the lightest of cleans will get it looking absolutely lovely. It's been kept very well indeed. No squeaks, no rattles. They're brilliantly put together cars, of course, as you'd expect from Honda. Switch gears, superb, very high quality as always. And I love, and I always have done, this interior. This dashboard I think is just so interesting compared to the bland variations on the same theme that come with most manufacturers of this vintage, at least anyway. This is, it does polarize opinion. Some people like it, some people don't. I happen to absolutely love it, but I think it's good that people don't like them as well, by the way, because it's normally a sign of a sort of an interesting design. But it actually works. It's not just a gimmick. It's not just kind of wonderfully high-tech and sort of futuristic. It all works beautifully. And the best part for me is this top layer on the two-tier dashboard. You've got all the information up high that you really want to see on a regular basis. Things like your speedo there, particularly, so you can look at the cars ahead or anything coming in the distance. But at the same time, keeping your eyes on your speed, which is essential, of course. But yeah, it's a wonderful dashboard. Everything's working exactly as it should. Temperature gauge on the car, now it's been running for some time, by the way, running at a third, which is exactly where it should be on a Honda car. As I said at the start of the video, the point of it was just to show the car in operation, but also to feedback any issues, of which there are none whatsoever. And it's not just a case of ticking boxes and saying it's all okay when there isn't something right. Both myself and Tony, my business partner, used to work for the local Bristol Honda dealership for many years. So we know these cars like the back of our hands, so if there was something not right, we would know straight away. Whereas a seller that may buy the odd Honda may not know there's something wrong, and sell it maybe in good faith, but with a problem actually. Having said that,